Alright guys, thanks for checking in to Stormtopia.com and the Stormtopia.com Facebook page. We have a daily weather update right now. Behind a moderate snowstorm for many here for portions of the interior and northeast. Taking a look at some snowfall totals from today, we've got a widespread 3 to 5 inches here from Bergen County in New Jersey through the New York City metro area back into portions of southwest Connecticut. And then you make your way into the southern New England. We've got around 5-6 inches in Hartford. Makes your way up to Putnam area, about 7 inches. Less at the coast, less around Groton. We got 3.5 to 4 inches for most of the Connecticut coast. Then into interior southern New England, 2 to 4 inches at the coast where we did have a changeover to rain. Wet, sloppy, 6 to 7 inches here for parts of the South Shore. Then you make your way into Metro Boston. It is just light and fluffy. 8 inches in Gloucester, 7 inches through parts of the interior, through parts of 495, 8 inches through parts of Worcester, and even 9 inches in North Grafton, Massachusetts. So that's just essentially a wrap up for this storm. The snow totals that we've seen, obviously not the worst storm in the world, but certainly one that we will remember for a little while here in southern New England. Now we take a look here at the current temperatures, and it is just really cold behind the storm. We've just almost got a cold tongue of air lapping from the north central plains into the Midwest, back into the Ohio Valley. It's going to be working its way on in through the Northeast over the next couple of days, and I will show you right now the NAM as we make our way out to tomorrow. Here are some of the lows that we could be talking about. In the morning, you're waking up. It's about anywhere between, I'd say, 5 and 10 degrees for wake-up temperatures here across most of the Northeast from the Ohio Valley eastward, and there goes my map. But actually, there's an isolated spot that could get to less than 0. Okay, possibly below 0 for parts of the interior Northeast. Definitely below 0 in the upper Midwest. You know, International Falls today? 46 below, so just brutal cold out there. Sunday, here's the map for Sunday morning, and it looks like temperatures Sunday are going to be anywhere between 5 and 10 degrees in this area, but likely colder again, below 0 back in through here in the morning hours. And then Monday looks to be the coldest of all days, well below 0 out anywhere from New York to Philadelphia, Boston, all of the Northeast looking to be between 10 and 20 below 0 Monday morning. If the kids are walking to school, they could get frostbitten if they have a long walk. Wind chills, not going to be a major factor, but any kind of wind in these conditions is just going to be absolutely brutal. Okay? So, behind that, we're looking at the potential for another storm. And this storm, I mean, it wasn't really a blockbuster, you see. The 4 to 8 inches, which verified perfectly in most spots from my forecast. But it wasn't a blockbuster. You didn't see the foot. You didn't see the 2+ feet like we've seen with storms earlier this year. That could change. Here's what could be a major storm in the making. Here by Monday morning into Monday afternoon, it's snowing for portions of the heartland back into the Tennessee Valley, as we're starting to get some moisture pulled out of the Gulf of Mexico, and we start to see a low pressure center develop. And then the Euro just goes crazy. Alright, here's the Euro. Relative agreement with the NAM out to about 84 hours, with light snow spreading from the heartland into the Tennessee Valley. But the Euro amplifies the southern moisture a lot more than most of the other guidance products. And we start to see a very cool dip with some cold air damming back in here. You see that little dip also in the Appalachians. That's indicative of some cold air damming. So we get a low kind of making its way out of New Orleans, moves eastward, and we start to see that cold air. Remember, it's freaking 20 below in the Northeast. And that cold air let's see, Tuesday does not want to let go. Okay? So we've still got cold air damming, and cold enough so that spreads into the deep south. The Euro shows some pretty good snows here for western deep south. Alright? We make our way out to Wednesday. The low is just crazy. Heavy snow, wind, blizzard conditions not out of the question as you make your way into the Northeast. This is the European run. I'm not saying that the Euro is right. I'm just telling you what it shows. Very heavy snow across the Northeast. Blizzard conditions. In terms of snow totals on the Euro, widespread 1.5 to 2.5 inch totals. So we're talking about 18 to, in excess of 30 inches. So a very heavy snowstorm on the Euro. Okay, that's just the European. In my opinion, based on some of the other products I've looked at, based on my analysis essentially with the storm, which I'll share more of you in upcoming videos, but based on what I've seen here, this appears to be a good chance of a winter storm. It could be major. I'm not calling for 2 feet at this point, but I think the Euro has a point. I think the low is going to do a track, something. I think we see snow spreading back and through here. Then the low makes its way up in here. Then we see snow through parts of the south. People freak out. People go under a state of emergency in Alabama because there's an 1.5 inches of snow. I don't think the Euro is right with all the snow it cranks out here in like Tennessee, but we'll see. And then I think from there, I mean, you can really run the gamut. It could either go off and you see a moderate snow here in the southern mid-Atlantic, or it could get very heavy, moves off to the Northeast, and entire Northeast just gets whacked. Which solution? Who knows? It may fall somewhere in between. But definitely the potential for a major winter storm, guys. This is the teleconnection indices, the NAO, rising at that time period, but still negative. The Arctic Oscillation rising rapidly, but still negative. PNA is going to be positive and just about holding steady. So, stay tuned for more updates on this event. It could be major, so stay tuned.